Hey everyone, how are you? Hey D'Angelo, how's it going? Thanks for joining. Let me know if you guys can hear me okay and if everything looks all right. I'd appreciate that. How's everybody's day going? Hope it's going well. Yeah, I have been trying to get some stuff done around the house today. It's been a lot of noise. I'm like worried that the dogs are going to bark a lot because there's just like, I don't know, there's just a lot going on in the neighborhood right now. So anyway, hopefully everything is going well where you are. Hey, Luis, thanks for joining. Appreciate you stopping by. Hey, Rich, how's it going? So I'm going to be smelling some more House of Matriarch today. I'm kind of still getting my little tester strips ready here. Oh, by the way, I saw, you guys probably have seen this. Hey, Christina, have you guys seen some videos on those new fragrances at Target? What are they called? Mix Bar. They're called Mix Bar. Hey, how's it going? Hey, how are you guys? Anyway, I've seen some videos and people were saying they were good, although I think all the videos were sponsored. They're not good. Just so we all know, because I went there yesterday. That's something I did. Yesterday I had to go to Target to get like a wedding gift for someone, and I tried those Mix Bar fragrances. Don't buy them. Okay. Yeah. If you're going to buy the inexpensive fragrances from Target, go for the solo notes, much better. And they're basically the same price. I think there's like a $2 difference. So yeah, D'Angelo, I had only heard of them because I saw a few videos on YouTube where they were talking about them. And I was like, oh, like the bottles look cute. And, I'm always like curious, like if there's an affordable fragrance that's actually halfway decent. These are not, but people were saying they're good. But, like I said, they're kind of sponsored. And I don't know, maybe some people would like them. I just found them to be like very fleeting, not exciting. Yeah, I agree, Rich. A lot of sponsored videos. So anyway, just to warn anybody who was curious, I don't like those. Yes, Mr. Richard Mitch, I believe, is around here, Eugene, as might be suspected, given that this is alive. Hey, Empty Sense, how are you? Hey, Lawrence, nice to see you. Miss anybody? Sorry, I'm trying to like keep up with the comments here. So anyway, let's go ahead and get started here. So like I said, today I am talking some more about House of Matriarch. I have 11 more samples. So I had 22 total. I bought what's called the Complete Discovery Set, although it has 22 fragrances and she has more than 22. So it's missing some, but came with this little menu here where you can see, and it goes onto the back because there are a lot of fragrances. So I will tell you what the descriptions say as I go through these today, except for I wrote here, I have the Maj and Trillium, and those weren't included on here. So I don't have information on those ones. So I'll just tell you what they smell like to me. But anyway, so the rest I should be able to tell you what she has to say about them. So today we're going to start with one called Epiphany. I've had a busy week, so I don't have fancy, what were they called? Yeah, it does look like the Cheesecake Factory menu, D'Angelo, doesn't it? It kind of does. You're right. That's funny. Yeah, so anyway, I don't have the fancy little banners at the bottom today because I've just been very busy and I did not take the time to type all those up. But I'm just excited that I can have some time to do this live. All right, so let me read you what it says while that dries down a little bit. It says it's a floral chypre, organic lavender grown and distilled in Washington with champaca, tobacco, amber lily, enfleurage. I don't know what that is. Pepper, honey, coriander, Jesus, sandalwood, and of course, oak moss. It says the oud provides structure, yet remains subtle. All right, so let's see here. I would not like right off the bat call this a chypre. I get the lavender and I get like an herbal sort of greenness. It's not overly green, but it just kind of smells like you're in nature in a way, sort of. And you can smell like maybe there's herbs growing and the wind is blowing through them and you're kind of getting, hey, Danny, no worries. Hey, Kareen, thanks for joining. It's like you're getting kind of wafts of maybe some herbs, just like, not super strong, but just blowing in the wind. let's see. It's probably the coriander that's doing that, of course. It is a little bit sweet. I can get the honey. I wouldn't say I pick up much pepper or anything like really spicy though. I like this. It's not a love at all. Oh, thanks so much. Appreciate that. Thank you. Thanks, Chris. And thanks, Kareem, for letting everybody know. Appreciate it. Yeah, so this one, Chris, is called Epiphany from House of Matriarch. And it's gone. We'll get that later. So anyway, that one, yeah, it's like lavender with the coriander, or like I said, kind of like an herbaceous sort of feel. I didn't put anything on yet, Luis, because I knew I was going to be smelling a bunch of stuff and I didn't want it to interfere. What's everybody else's scent of the day? I would love to know. Oh, I have that one today, Raphael. I have that today. Thanks for joining, by the way. Raphael was on Javier's live last night. So if you don't follow Javier, his channel is, God, what's Javier's channel called right now? I can't think of it. Somebody help me out. Put it in the chat. What's Javi's channel called? Anyway, he was on there last night talking about Xerjoff. If you speak Spanish, it was in Spanish, but if you speak Spanish, you can check that out. Hey, Chris, how's it going? Thanks for joining. Ancre Noir L'Extreme. That sounds good. Memo Italian Leather. Very nice. Acquadigio Profumo. Coco Mademoiselle EDP. Fantastic. Great scents. Oh, you like that one too. Awesome. I'm looking forward to trying it. I think it's about halfway through today. All right, let's move on so it doesn't take forever. So that was Epiphany. And like I said, it's kind of like got the sweetness or a little bit of herbaceousness, the lavender for sure. And I didn't pick up any oud, even though it said that like the oud was subtle. I didn't pick it up at all. So the next one is called the Mage. If anybody knows anything about this one called the Mage, I would appreciate if you could put in the chat for people, because this is one that is not included on the menu. So this must be a special. God, I am lame sometimes. Anyway, Xerjoff Ceylon is your scent of the day. Scent of the day, be from Zoologist or that new Ellis one, because they just came out with a scent called Bee also. Costa Azura, very nice. Bon, smelling sweet and delicious. Oh, nice. Well, hey, that's a great scent too. I love coffee. Okay, so this one is kind of bright to me. The Ellis one. Yeah, I just picked up that not rollerball, but like the little travel spray too. And I sprayed it on just like a spray just to kind of smell it, and it seemed kind of nice. So we'll have to see. Okay, so this one seems kind of bright. And it's like a little bit, there's something that seems like a little bit herbaceous to me in here as well. And maybe a little bit resinous. Hey, Becca, no worries. Thanks for joining. Hey, Alexandra, how are you? Oh, Slow Dive. That's a good one from Hiram Green. I like that one a lot. Yeah, so I don't love this one either. It's called the Mage. Let me see if I can find some information on it for you real quick, because all her fragrances seem to have like a crap ton of notes in them. And so there's no way that I could possibly like be able to pick up everything that's in there. So let's see here. On her site, let me see if I can even find notes. I don't see many notes listed or any notes listed on her site for this one. Maybe that's why it's not on the menu. Maybe this is a special one. It says it's an ode to Majmua. I don't know what that is. My ignorance is showing. Anyway, thanks, Chris. Appreciate it. So this one I'm not in love with, but it does sort of seem like a little bit resinous to me. I don't dislike it, but it's not my favorite. So that's the Mage. Let's move on to Trillium. Trillium's the other one that I don't have any information on. I'll see real quick if I can find something. Maybe she doesn't have like notes for these and that's why they're not included. Or like, she doesn't like provide them or something. So let me see if she has it on her website or not, but I'll go ahead and spray it here for you all. Maybe. Good Lord. This one's on. There we go. So Trillium. Here we go. Oh, she does have notes for this one. So this says it's a fresh floral and tea fragrance. And it's very light. I get mostly the tea. It's kind of like a fluffy floral thing going on. Oh, I bet that's what it is. It's like the honeybush tea. That's what it smells like. A little bit of like, a little bit, I think it's, so you may have noticed my facial expression when I first smelled this. There's something in it I don't like. And I just noticed on her site that she says there's mimosa in this, and that's what it is. I don't like mimosa. I love mimosa, the drink. I love drinking mimosas, but mimosa, the flower, I cannot stand. Yeah. I don't dislike this, but that note is like, I can detect it and I don't love that, but it is a nice, like soft sort of tea fragrance. And it does remind me of like the honeybush kind of tea. You're wearing another Chantillon Luxe Day. Is that a different one than you wore the other day? You're sampling those, I know. I don't know a whole lot about that house other than that they make shaving stuff also. Yeah, definitely, D'Angelo. Tell us about that house a little bit. Yeah, that's like a light tea fragrance. That's not something that I would personally go for, but I know some people do really love that. Danny, so I bought this directly from her website. If you go to like the discovery sets, there's one called, I believe she called it the complete discovery set, 22 fragrances. And hey, Joa, thanks for joining. And I think the original price, I did not pay this, I paid half off, but I think it's $440. So it's like by far the most expensive discovery set I've ever purchased, even at half off. So I paid, I think, about $220 so that you guys don't have to pay all that. I spent it for you. And yeah, so it comes with, I mean, if you think about it though, these are, believe 3 ml samples. And her fragrances are very expensive. So when you think 3 mils times 22, you're getting, what would that be? Yeah, you're getting like 66. Is that right? Yeah, like 66 milliliters, which is larger than a bottle. Her bottles, I think, are all 50. Well, I think she does sell 100 mils, but most of them are like, I think people buy her 50 mils. So like you get a lot of fragrance for that price, but it's a very expensive discovery set. Oh, thanks, Chris. You're so nice. Thank you so much. I have Woo in this set too, and Orca, but the Longing is not in this set. However, I have smelled that before, Raphael, because Hillary has that, and she sent me a sample. Yeah, Mike, right? It's very expensive. Danny, though, she does sell smaller sample sets. So you can buy like ones that have fewer fragrances, like even just like maybe 3 or 4 or so. And then obviously it will cost you less. However, she does sign up for her newsletter, because she does do sales every once in a while. And then that might be a good time to buy some samples and try them out. And then if you like something, you can wait until maybe the next sale to pick up a bottle, which is probably what I'll do. There were, I think, 4 that I really liked from last time. But yeah, we'll see, because I know that there are a few in today's collection that a lot of people really like. Okay, anyway, next up is Forbidden. I don't like this one. Oh, that's why. It's a white, I mean, well, I can tell you it's floral, but it's a white floral. It says Absinthe and Damiana. I don't know what that is. Drop into Tuberose, Wild Mushroom. Oh, I can kind of get that. And Papyrus. Finishing with Precious Woods, Snake Leather. That's a very specific kind of leather. And Sweet Baked Earth. Yeah, I'm not big into white florals. This does smell earthy to me, though, too. It smells like florals and earthiness. I would not immediately say it's tuberose, though, because I don't, you know how like tuberose is usually very buttery? I don't get that aspect, at least not right now. I don't get that aspect from this particular fragrance. It smells more like earth. God, this is weird. I just had like this sort of flashback moment. It, for some reason, reminded me of a field trip I went on when I was like a kid. And we did like the outdoor ed kind of stuff, you know, like we were like camping and I don't know, learning about animals and stuff. So I guess that earthiness sort of triggered that being outdoors and hiking and whatnot. Oh, there we go. That's a nice one too. I wouldn't mind getting a scratch and dent bottle. So check out that too if you're curious. If you don't mind it being, you know, scratched up a little bit, then that's definitely a good way to go. Yeah, and exactly. They do have a loyalty program so you can get discounts. So definitely sign up for that. Hey, Donnie, how's it going? Yeah, there we go. I'm not sure if she does it. Maybe she just hasn't done it in a while, but maybe be on the lookout for that. That's why it's probably a good idea. Like I said, if you're interested in this house, to sign up for the newsletter. That's what I did. And that way you can be made aware if there are some sales. Oh, you're talking about the Chanteon Luxe. Okay, cool. Well, that one sounds good. Excellent. I need to check that out because I have, like I said, I've heard of them before, but I've never tried anything. Okay, so the next one is one that I think a lot of people like. It is called Kazimi. I think that's how you would say that, Kazimi. And this one, sorry, I hit the mic. This one says it's a rose fragrance. That's all the main title says. And it says there's hints of white ginger. Gosh, every single fragrance has at least one note that I've never heard of. In this case, it is something called Rue Galab. Probably not even pronouncing it right. But anyway, there's Edward Rose and Rose Burbinia, Rose Apothecary Concrete Tincture, Rose Odo. So there's just a crap ton of rose. I'm just going to summarize that for you. There is some more roses. There's like 5 other kinds of roses. There's some wood, cedar, apopanox, resinoid, oak moss, oud, African stone, and ambergris and spices. So a bunch of rose, some wood, some spices, ambergris. The main thing that I get, like, that would be in this. Okay, so, I just saw, which ones did Rich say he has? So I was really disappointed. Sex Magic is not included in this set, and I wanted to try that one. So that's kind of a bummer. And also, Black number 1's not in this set either. That's what I wanted. Like the Indian sweet thing. Is that what it is? Rue Galab? Is that a sweet thing? Yeah, we're learning words because almost every fragrance, I'm like, what is this thing? Never heard of this. That could be. Maybe it's an Indian sweet treat. So I just read you like that there's a ton of different kinds of rose in here. When I smell this, I can smell rose, but it is not like what I would expect reading that there are like 50 different kinds of rose in here. They do smell very natural. They do smell very natural. I mean, I think that she only uses naturals, I think. But they do smell very, very much natural. Yeah, so I get rose, but I get, again, something kind of earthy. It's like a little bit of sweetness. Maybe it is what John was saying, some sort of like a desserty thing. I have no idea. Anybody know what that is? Rue Galab. R-U-H, and then a space. Second word is G-U-L-A-B. No clue. But yeah, so I get like a tiny, tiny bit of spice. It's not that animalic. Thanks, Chris. I appreciate you stopping by, and thanks so much for the what's it called? Super sticker. Thank you so much. I'm not real familiar with those. I think I've gotten one before. But yeah, thank you so much for that. That's really nice of you. You didn't need to do that. Okay, interesting. Yeah, there's like a little bit of sweetness, a little bit of spice, some rose, but the rose is not overpowering. It's kind of like they're in equal quantities. And then I can get kind of the ambergris thing. Not super animalic, no. I mean, ambergris can go that direction, but this is just a very light touch. I would not say that this is an animalic fragrance. I like it. I like it. I think I need to wear this on skin because I want the rose to shine more. Yes, definitely the patchouli. But like, Raphael, do you think that also that the rose is not as prominent as you'd expect? Like, I was really expecting like a ton of rose popping out of this, and because it just said there are so many different roses in here. But it's not. I'm getting like kind of, like I said, kind of an equal mixture of a lot of different things here, which is nice. I like it. But that one's definitely going to have to go on skin and see what pops out then. Hey, Monty, how's it going? Thanks for joining. Appreciate you stopping by. Okay, let's see. Next one is, I can't wait to try that one. That's not this one, but it's the one after this. So this one is called La Rive. La Rive. I don't know how you say it. What did Chris blind by? I missed it. So anyway, let's see here. This one says it's a another white floral. Ooh. And right away it says soft mimosa. I need to not let that affect what I think of this before I spray it. But right away I see mimosa and marigold. I don't like either of those. Thank you. So it's just yet another kind of rose. So there's like literally like 50 different kinds of roses in that fragrance in Kazimi, which is kind of cool though. I'm not able to tell the different roses apart, to be honest. If you can, good on you. But for me, most of the time I'm like, I can tell you there's rose in here, but specifically what type, no idea. So it's, yeah, mimosa, marigold, bergamot, magnolia, jasmine, tiare, broom, frankincense, neroli, rosewood, vanilla, and sandalwood. Yeah, this one, I need to, like I said, I need to not be biased, but I don't like mimosa or marigold usually, especially mimosa. I hate mimosa. All right, let's see what we have going on here. Yeah. I'm sure that this is these are all good fragrances. It's just that so far this lot today has fewer that are maybe my taste than last time. Last time there were several that I really liked. And like I said, there were 4 that I really, really enjoy. Yeah. Wait. Yeah. Oh, no, this is not for me. Oh, okay. So this is definitely very much a white floral. Mimosa, yeah. For me, it is, Donnie. For me, it is. Yeah, God. So I mostly get mimosa, and I know it's because I don't like it that it stands out even more to me. And also, like I've read this already, so I knew it was going to be in here. But I can tell that there's something sparkling about it, which is nice. I think I can pick up the magnolia too. I would not say that I can smell marigold in particular. And I can get a little bit of woodiness, a little bit of that incense vibe for sure. Oh, that's cool. I didn't know that. I think that was one I liked last time, Raphael, if I remember correctly. Yeah, mimosa's not for me, Danny. No. So La Rive is, if you're not a fan of mimosa, not going to be something that you want to buy. Yeah. Oh yeah. I think I did like that one, Raphael. Yeah. Yeah, exactly, Mike, right? Yeah. 4 drinks. Yeah, that sounds like a good idea. That sounds like a good idea. 2 parts champagne, 1 part OJ. Sounds like the perfect combo for a delicious mimosa. To me, to describe mimosa, like the flower, not the drink, which again, I love, I would say it's kind of like this fuzzy yellow floral. Like, I don't know why, but it smells texturally fuzzy to me. And a little bit, let me smell this again. I don't think I've ever smelled it isolated. Like I have some like raw ingredients, not to like make my own perfume. Not interested in that. I will leave that to people who, know what they're doing. But just to like train my nose a bit. I don't think I have ever smelled it in isolation, but it smells like this sort of fuzzy, I don't know, like, I don't really know how to describe it. It's like more of a texture, but it's like this fuzziness. And a little bit, it's like, it's not really sweet, but there is a little bit of sweetness to it that I don't particularly love. Not indolic at all, though. Like, I don't find mimosa to be like indolic at all. I mean, it's a yellow flower, not a white flower, but yeah. Right, Raphael? Yeah. Tuberose is like, I can do tuberose, just depending on what it's combined with. But yeah, I think mimosa can smell kind of old school in a way, depending on how it's blended. Yeah, like fuzzy powdery lint. I think that's a good way to put it. Like, it does smell very fuzzy to me. I don't know why, but I get more of a textural thing there with it, and I just don't like it. Oh, interesting. I haven't smelled that one, Luis. So I don't know. Lunosa. I haven't tried that one yet, Raphael. The main like super strong tuberose, no, the 2, I will give you 2 like strong tuberose fragrances that I do quite enjoy are 100 Silent Ways from Nishane and Rolling in Love. Those 2 feature a pretty prominent note of tuberose that I really like. Okay, let's move on to, oops, dropping stuff. Let's move on to this one. A lot of people like this. This is Orca. And Raphael already mentioned it has real ambergris in it. It says it's an amber fragrance. Hey, Alex, how's it going? Thanks for joining. Hey, Tosh, thanks for coming by. So Orca says it has ocean-kissed skin, salt. Let's see here. With nuanced waves, subtle by design. So she doesn't give you a lot in terms of the notes here, but it says that it's, supposed to be sort of an oceanic fragrance here, which makes sense given the name Orca. All right. Oh, this is nice. I like this. Okay, so this is a good one. I'm glad that I found this. So thus far, I think I do like Kazimi. I think it's how you say it. I like Kazimi, all right? But this is probably my favorite so far is Orca. This is nice. I do get the saltiness. I definitely get ambergris. Could be, yeah, I agree with Raphael. Could be slightly animalic, but I don't think overly so. I think you just kind of get that sort of sense of like there's seaweed nearby, but it's not, doesn't smell like seaweed, but just kind of like the, kind of like it's wafting up from the beach. You get the saltiness. I almost get like a bit of a woody vibe. So these two don't necessarily smell the same to me, but I think if you like Xerjoff 40 knots, which I freaking love, and most people that I know that ever smelled it love, I think if you like that one, I think you would like Orca. Not that I think that they smell the same by any means, but I think there's some overlapping characteristics with that sort of like vibe of being near the ocean. Yes, this one's really good. For me, it does for sure. I like Orca a lot. Kazimi, okay. But Orca, really like this one a lot. That's nice. That's fantastic. Yeah, so definitely check it out if you like kind of that salty ambergris sort of vibe. Very natural. I don't think it's too animalic. Yeah, not indolic at all. Absolutely not. No. Yep. I think that's fantastic. That's a really good one. All right. Awesome. I'm glad that there was a strong winner so far today. Let's see. Next up is Tetramorph. I don't know anything about this one. Let me see. I think I have to turn the page on my menu here. Let's see. Tetramorph. It says squaring the scent wheel is the description here. Ethereal muskiness holds you in its tender grasp as heavenly florals, fresh green and dazzling animalic accords, unfurl in polarity, revealing their elemental magic. So again, she's not giving you a lot of individual notes with this one. Some she does, like she tells you almost every note, and it seems like in other ones, it's more just kind of like, what's the vibe she's going for? Right? Yeah, 40 knots is freaking awesome. I love 40 knots. But yeah, I think you probably like Orca, D'Angelo. Oh, this is nice. I can already kind of get some wafts here. Oh, well, from further away, I like it more than up close. But also, like, when you think about a fragrance, obviously I need to try these on skin. But in general, like, I feel, to me, that it's more important what it smells like a bit off your skin than directly on it. Because really, like, when you're wearing a fragrance throughout the day, what you're smelling is, kind of that projection, and other people might be smelling the sillage as you move about, and even you as you move in your own, like, sort of scent trail. But, like, there are some fragrances that are like that. Like when I put my nose to my skin, I don't like it as much as I like the way it projects off my skin. And that's what really matters. So this one from further away, I really enjoy. I will say this does have a slight animalic touch, like almost like a leathery kind of animalic touch. Nothing like pissy or anything like that. It almost smells furry, like a furry kind of leather. Like, if you have like fur that's been skinned off an animal. It almost smells like that to me. There is like something a bit sweet here and a bit floral, but nothing indolic by any means. I think I've tried, which one of those have I tried? Maybe I haven't, never mind. I don't think I've tried either of those, Raphael. Yeah, Xerjoff has so many fragrances. It will take forever just to sample them all, but one day I will smell them all, or most of them anyway. Yeah, I like this one. So I get like sweet, light florals, nothing indolic, but there is that sort of furry animalic quality to it. Hey, Scott, thanks for joining. Appreciate you stopping by. I would say Yeah, this definitely reminds me of like burying your face in like the fur of a soft animal, not like a dog necessarily. Dogs can be very soft too, but like a fluffy animal, like a sheep. um, Kind of smells like that, but then there's some florals there too. It doesn't smell dirty per se, but yeah, anyway, I like that one. Tetramorph is good. I still like Orca the most though. All right, next up is one that, if you know my taste, is one that I should like. I actually have smelled this before too, thanks to Hillary, but it's been a really long time and I don't remember what it smells like. So the next one is called Vanilla Caviar. And yeah, obviously I like vanilla. So we'll see here. not a sheep there. Yeah. That one, last one smelled like a sheep, maybe a lemur. I don't think I've ever smelled a lemur. Luis, have you? There are not a lot of lemurs running around here. I like this one. I can tell you already. I can get it in the air. So this is classified as a gourmand. Shocker. It says, this vanilla soliflor has a timeless quality that elicits phantom mouthfeel, a litmus test of a true gourmand. To apply the buttery decadence of the pure vanilla caviar tincture, Christie layered in companion tones of exotic natural plumeria, concrete, as well as ambrette and sesame seeds. All of those sound wonderful. You know, I'm vaguely familiar with what plumeria smells like, but I feel like it's not used in fragrance a lot. Like, I think Bath and Body Works has a plumeria fragrance from like back in, at least in the 90s, I'm pretty sure they did. But I feel like that's not a note that's used very often anymore, or maybe just not in the style that that I'm interested in. It smells like the King Julian. Oh, you're talking about like a specific brand of vanilla. I'm not sure if I've had like Madagascar vanilla, but I don't remember the brand names. But it does smell like a delicious vanilla. Mouthfeel doesn't make my mouth water. A little bit. Something in it makes me like, I mean, it's probably the vanilla itself has a nutty quality to it. Because, you know, like vanilla, as it ages, it can take on a lot of different nuances, just like how boozes and things like that can. This one, the vanilla has like a bit of a nuttiness to it that I really enjoy. Is it a little salty? No, I don't think so. Oh, the movie, I don't know. The movie Madagascar. Oh my God. See, so I don't have kids and I don't watch kid movies, although I've heard that's a good one. And I know that that movie exists, but that's the extent of my knowledge. Oh, it's a lemur. Okay. I got you. Yeah. So I have not seen that movie. Now I look like an idiot. It is what it is. I don't watch a lot of movies in general. And yeah, I have not seen that. Yeah, this is a nice one. So I would say I whatever, like I said, I don't really remember what plumeria smells like, but whatever it smells like, I'm not detecting anything weird or super floral here. I know it's, you know, a floral, but and now I'm going to have to watch this and see what the lemur's all about. Wait, hold on. Like Sacha Baron Cohen is the voice of the lemur? Is that what you're saying, John? I don't hate kids. I don't like, no. They're not for me. Kids are not for me. I like teenagers. I really enjoy teenagers. And I know their parents probably don't enjoy them as much, but at school, I enjoy teaching teenagers. I find them entertaining and they're very intelligent also. Oh, thank you so much. That's really nice. He's very inappropriate for you. You know, I've noticed they do that with the kids' movies. They like try to put stuff in there that's like the adults really enjoy, which I kind of appreciate in a way, even though I don't have kids. Like I have, you know, most of my friends, you know, they're my age, like late 30s, 40s, etc. Some are younger. I have some friends in their 20s still and whatnot, but most of them have children. And so I can see like I know they appreciate that there's some stuff in there that makes them laugh that the kids don't necessarily get. So anyway, yeah. So anyway, let's go on. Yeah, Vanilla Caviar is fantastic. Really like this one. So this one and Orca are my two favorites so far. Very different fragrances, but like I said, that's a really nice vanilla, not super sweet. Like I said, more nutty than sweet with that particular vanilla, but it is a much darker, interesting vanilla. You know, those kind of like sweet, sugary, just plain, like I call them white vanilla, like the sort of vanilla you would think of with like candies or like frosting. That kind of vanilla is not like, it's just too simplistic. So this is much deeper, more interesting. And like I said, not too sweet. All right. Okay. So what's this next one? Violet Flames. I'm assuming this one has violet in it. It says, excuse me, sorry. It's a violet soliflor. A liquid mantra of unmatched frequency and purity from a higher dimension where fragrance is enchanted and the magical properties of the natural violet can be fully expressed. Sorry, I had to laugh. Like that was very floral language there to match this floral fragrance. I don't know. Sometimes I just have to laugh at descriptions sometimes. I'm like, well, I get it. I think part of it is like, I'm not a poetic person at all. I'm very much like, give me the facts. And I've always been that way. I'm very concise in my writing, which, is a strength coming from my psychology background. Like when you write research papers, you need to be very clear in what you mean and very precise. And, if you can be concise doing that, like, not having to use tons of words to be, very explicit, that's a great thing in that style of writing, but I am no poet. So I don't know. Sometimes I'm just like, where does this come from? Anyway, yeah, this is very much violet. Yeah, Danny, I like that vanilla one. I'm not a huge fan of violet. I don't dislike it. This is like tiniest bit sweet. Oh, no problem. Thanks so much for stopping by. I appreciate it. Take care. Tiniest bit sweet, but it is, like it says, it's a violet soliflor. That's what it smells like to me. It's predominantly violet. I would imagine that I don't know. Maybe that really is all that's in here. Hey, Bashan, how are you? Thanks for joining. Maybe that's really all that's in here, but I would guess there's probably something else that's not provided in the description. It does sort of have a little bit of like maybe the stems of the plant as well. Like there's something in there that's maybe woody, but maybe more like stemmy than woody. But yeah, it smells mostly like violet. If you like violet, go for Violet Flame. I don't dislike violet. It's in a lot of fragrances that I enjoy as like a supporting player, but on its own or like as the start, I don't usually care for those kinds of fragrances. All right, last one up. This is one that, Raphael, you mentioned you have this one too. It's called Woo. And that always makes me like, anytime I see this one, I think of Ronnie Woo Woo, who is a big fan of the Chicago Cubs. If you've ever been to Cubs games or like mini Cubs games, you're probably familiar with Ronnie Woo Woo. He literally like is in the stands and he goes, woo, woo, like the whole time. And people want to take their pictures with him. I think he charges you to take your picture with him. And yeah, there we go. Yeah, Donnie. And he's quite the character. I used to go to a lot of Cubs games when I lived in Chicago, mostly to the bleachers because, they're cheap and it's just a party. Like if you go to the bleachers in Wrigley to watch a game, you're not actually there to watch a game. You're mostly there to party with a baseball game on in the background. But yeah, so anyway, that's what I think of. Okay. So Raphael says he got this because of the jasmine and wet tobacco. I get the wet tobacco right away. The jasmine is more subdued, at least to me. Let's see what else it says. Let me read you this. Woo highlights the most erotic aromas known to mankind. Genuine tropical flowers, ocean breeze, tobacco, leather, vanilla, and ambergris. This is an erotic fragrance, according to the notes here. Okay, so now I'm starting to get more of the florals. It took a second. In the opening, I got a lot of that tobacco. Not sweet. Like there's a tiny touch of sweetness in this one. But you know how a lot of times tobacco fragrances have a lot of sweetness to them. This does not. It's not, I wouldn't say it's a green tobacco though. I think like how Raphael said, the wet tobacco, I think that's maybe a good way to describe it because it doesn't smell like just like fresh green tobacco leaves so much. I know, right? Yeah. But yeah, it's also not like that smoked tobacco, like the smoked kind, like not the tobacco smoke or like a sweet tobacco either. You guys are too funny. Sounds like woo is turning into ooh. Maybe I get a little bit of I think the ambergris more than the leather. I'm assuming the vanilla is what's giving it the tiniest touch of a sweetness. And I get the florals. There's definitely florals. I'm not exactly sure. You guys are so funny. Oh man, where'd that go? Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about. I remember that. Oh my God, I don't remember what brand was that? What brand was he from? I remember what you're talking about though. Let's see here. Yes, you did arrive just in time for some erotica with Woo. I don't get a lot of mouthfeel from this one. Yeah, the ambergris is not as heavy as it is in Orca. But I think this one, it says it's supposed to have leather and ambergris, and I maybe get like a faint touch of the leather and more of the ambergris than the leather. But ambergris is not like a main player here necessarily. The tobacco is mostly, it's like the tobacco and floral. I like this one. So yeah, that one is erotic, so to speak. But it is nice. Would I say it's a sexy fragrance? Because that's like probably where they're going, right? I could maybe. I'm not going to say certainly. It needs to be on skin, which obviously like no fragrance is sexy on its own. It's like about the person wearing it, right? And does it work well with them? Are they confident wearing it? Like there's a lot of factors that makes a fragrance sexy. I don't think on their own fragrances like can be like, they can have like the potential to be sexy, but it makes a big difference who's wearing it and kind of the pairing with the skin. Anyway, I think this one could be. I think if there were just the tiniest bit more sweetness, just a tiny bit, because it's very, very just a tiny bit sweet. There was just like a teeny tiny bit more sweetness, which, your skin could potentially bring out. I think I would find it more sexier. Anyway, I do like that one though. I like that a lot. So today I would say my favorites, and this is funny because I think they're the same ones that, maybe not entirely, but they're like the ones that a lot of people mention they really like. I would say my favorite two that they're kind of tied are Orca and Vanilla Caviar. It's going to take some wearing on skin. Yeah, that's you're too funny. Oh my God. You guys you crack me up. Anyway, I would have to wear these two on skin to determine which one is my favorite. So I'm just going to call it a tie between Orca and Vanilla Caviar for now. Those are both really great. Very different though. And then I would say Woo would be the next favorite. I really like this one too. And Kazimi would be my fourth favorite. From the whole set, Danny, she's asking which ones are my favorite from the whole set. Yeah, Vanilla Caviar is fantastic, Chris. I really ended up liking Albatross a lot, Danny. That's like an aquatic marine one as well. Beautywood and Bittersweet Symphony were also up there. And I think what's it called? Destray, that leather one, I liked that too. But I think really, I would say my top three last time that I really enjoyed. Oh, I like the amber one too, the Ombre V. That's what it was. Those were my four, I think, top ones. I think it was Albatross, Ombre V, Beautywood, and Bittersweet Symphony last time. So those were my favorite four last time. And then this time would be, like I said, the Vanilla Caviar, Orca, Woo, and Kazimi. So Danny, I know we have somewhat similar taste, not exactly the same, but somewhat similar. So maybe those would be ones if you look at her sample, like discovery sets, that you could see if there's any discovery sets that include some of those that, aren't as expensive as the full one. Oh, thanks, Kareem. That's nice. Yeah, I definitely need to try that on skin. Like any of these that I should try them all on my skin. But I have like a bajillion samples. And so realistically, I'm not going to try all of these on skin just because I don't have enough days in the year to do that. So I will definitely be trying those top four on my skin. That's what I did last time too. I saved like my top four, and I'm going to kind of work with those 8 and see which maybe I want to end up getting a bottle of. But yeah, definitely some really great fragrances. I think this is not a safe blind buy house. I'm just going to put that out there. Obviously, a huge part of that is because of the price, right? I mean, hold on, excuse me. I need a drink. You are not fat, Brian. But yes, we could all, like, for perfume, we could definitely all use some more skin, couldn't we? Yeah, Danny, I think that there are a few that I probably would. But I definitely do want to test them on skin first. I've been testing some other stuff. I just, right before this, filmed a video about the Maison de Darius fragrances. I have them sitting over here too, because I just bought a full bottle of one of those that I really like. But I think now I'll probably focus on these. That way, by the time she has another sale, hopefully I'll know which one I want, because they are expensive. So like I said, I would not blind buy any of these. I don't think that is a good idea. Hey, Texas Chick, thanks for joining. But I would say hopefully this video and the last one, if you're interested in this house, are helpful. That way you can potentially narrow down which ones you want to try, because even the discovery sets are not cheap. So this might help you to narrow down which discovery sets you want to look at trying. That way you can figure out if there are some full bottles you want to buy. But yeah, so definitely, sample first, definitely sign up for the, what's it called? The loyalty program and the newsletter, or, sign up to get the emails. So that way you're aware and you can get the discounts. But yeah, there we go. Exactly. Thank you, Raphael. So definitely sample first, and try to match it up and see what you like. Yes, it was the Amaru guy, right? It was. It was him that. So what he's talking about is at Sun Explorer, there was a guy. He's like the owner of Amaru, and there's like another brand I think he owns too, or it's like the same brand essentially. Anyway, he was like, yes, very erotic sort of presentation. It was very passionate, but it was entertaining. Like I was not bored during that presentation. I can tell you that. But yeah, he went on forever. It was really funny. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. It was. Oh my God. Okay. So anyway, it's been about a little over 45 minutes. So I'm going to wrap this up today. Thank you all so much for joining me. I really appreciate it. Hopefully this was helpful, because these are quite expensive. That's it. Thank you, Brian. Yeah, hopefully this was helpful. And if you're watching this later, leave me a comment. Let me know what your favorites are. I'll definitely be trying these more. And obviously, if I buy a bottle, you'll see that at some point on my channel, because I usually do a bit of a haul video once I have several things. So anyway, thank you all so much. Appreciate that, Luis. Yes, give it a thumbs up on the way out if you haven't already. And Fred Mom. I'm not that old. Sometimes kids like at school call me mom accidentally though, which is weird and hilarious both. All right. Thank you all. I appreciate it. Have a good night. Bye. Or good day. I guess it's still 4:18. Okay. Bye.